Greetings, fellow noobs. Welcome to another NuubCast. This is Blamus bringing you 1v1 here in the Zelnaga Caverns between Acid Owns. Here is the red Protoss pieces and his opponent, Mapua. What's up? Mapua is a repeat offender here on NuubCast. I'm not sure if he played Zerg last time he was on. I think he was Terran. If memory serves, and if I am now even getting flashes of the email he sent me, may have said that he recently made a change to Zerg. Or not recently, but since, you know, the last game he sent me. And here goes the good old reactor trick on one side. Getting that extra drone out there. Yeah, Acid Owns, working it up here in the top right. Never met him before, don't know anything about him. Don't really know anything about Mapua either, other than the fact that he has appeared on NuubCast before. So there you have it. Oh yeah, let's check out the rockin' APMs. Mapua rocking it out around 50. Acid Owns around 50. Yeah, who cares? What I was gonna say is, holy crap! So many things to watch in the StarCraft community. There's just not enough time in the day to watch the GSL, to watch the VODs, because who the hell's gonna get up at 4 AM to watch GSL? I did it. Like, I tried to do it a couple times, like back in the day when Jinro was in like top 4 and stuff. Tried, and whatever. It's just not. It's not worth. I mean, I love StarCraft. Love those guys. Team Liquid doing their thing in Korea. Huck, you know, all that. Love it. Great. Awesome. But man, freaking 4 AM sucks. Especially you're like, this starts at 4 o'clock, but the match you want to see ain't until 5:30, and you're like, they're just like holding open your eyelids with toothpicks, trying to watch the game. Anyway, but now we don't need to do that anymore, because not only do we have to watch GSL VODs though the next day, but you know, there's now NASL, which has been out for a couple weeks. IPL started this week, the IGN Pro League. Holy crap, what good production there, you know. And NASL started off, you know, everybody's given NASL such a hard time because the Control obviously hyped it up so hard, and whatever. There's just been so much more hype, and it's been so much longer since NASL announced, and you know, we've just basically been waiting and getting, you know, worst thing in the world hype, best thing in the world hyped up. 4-gate coming in for Acid Owns. It is a real 4-gate too. 1 gas. He stopped 16 probes. Yeah, this is like pure 4-gate in its purest form. And Mapua is roaching it up. Looks like he's going to be doing the early roach Ling, which is basically a similar kind of rush for Zerg on one base if you decide to not go. So it's almost like this is what Mapua is doing. Is it's not exact, but it's close to a Zerg version of the 4-gate, where you get out 3 or 4 roaches and a bunch of lings, and you attack. And actually, if you are aggressive with that build, you can actually beat a 4-gate, because it actually, you can get those units out earlier than a 4-gate. But it looks like Mapua is just going to use it defensively to hold off the 4-gate, but particularly now that he knows it's coming. Going to drop a couple spines, and Acid Owns doing something else that's kind of foreign, and getting zealots instead of stalkers, and roaches completely own zealots. So that 4-gate is not going to do very well. But good job on Mapua, holding the business off. The 4-gate was late anyway, so if you're not up your opponent's ramp at like 5:55, then you might as well quit if your opponent doesn't suck. I have completely abandoned 4-gate, all in all, except against in PvP I will do defensive 4-gate. I will not do an offensive 4-gate ever anymore in this game. It is too reliant on... It's not safe, it's too reliant on timing, and my mechanics aren't good enough to guarantee its effectiveness. So, I don't do no 4-gate no more, but my 3-gate expand is off the huzzah for the most part. Even though I can't play right now because my index finger is dead. And these roaches, Mapua's roaches, are gonna own. I'm not sure why he's running away, because I'm pretty sure those 4 roaches, if he didn't just let them get smacked around, all those, they just seriously took like 20 hits unnecessarily. They could have killed those 4, those 3 stalkers very, very easily. What are you doing with that queen, son? Come on. That's a little control issue. Little control issue. I get it, though. So yeah, so much stuff to watch, but you know, in my opinion, the only difference between IPL and NASL is hype time. You know, nobody said anything about IGN's Pro League until like maybe 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago max. So it didn't have time to ruminate. Nobody hyped it up, said it was going to be the best thing ever. So NASL's come out and they've had a couple hiccups, but you know, there's been crap talked about Greetorp and Control's casting, all that stuff. But man, if you watch the matches the last 2 days, they're week 3. You know, if I had to compare, now I watched GSL since it started, Tasteless and Artosis, and it took them more than 3 weeks to get their act together. You know, when I first watched Tasteless and Artosis, I thought they were terrible together. I thought they had no chemistry. I thought that they weren't funny. I thought they were cheesy and campy and just kind of lame. But now I love them. I think they're amazing casters. They needed time to work out their kinks, and now I think it's very close. I think Greetorp and In Control, if you've watched this week at all, you've seen it. Compare it to the first week, you've seen completely different monsters. These Zerglings are going to kill all of these probes, and Acidones is going to have to leave this game because he's not going to have an economy. That is what you call GG, kids, and now he's going to try and base trade. OP? Shut up. Zerglings are OP? Zerglings. Acidones, if I saw you on the street, I would punch you for that comment. Just punch you. That's definitely true. Acidones was not aggressive. Didn't matter. Didn't even matter. Anyway. Yeah, another kind of rollover game. No real... I'm starting to get a little disappointed in you guys, and if it weren't for the fact that like I'm enjoying hearing myself talk, I probably wouldn't have casted any of the 3 games that I put out today. Drones killing the Immortal. Acidones can't make any more. Oh, Acidones! So BM, and so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Homophobic. Don't pick on Mapua because he's homosexual. That's so unfair. So not cool. Just kidding, Mapua. I know you're... Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're homosexual or not. I don't know anything about you. I assume you're not because you're playing StarCraft, which is probably not a great assumption. Anyway, enough about people's sexuality. What was I going to say that was more interesting and important? Probably nothing other than the fact that NASL is freaking really getting their feet under them, and their matchups are really good. The only difference between that's what I was going to say. IPL, very good, high production level. You know, they got some good casters, but there's a lot of solo casting happening. I'm not really thrilled with it. And you know, the good talent though, good talent all around. But they're, and I know it's their first season, and I know they have plans to get better, but their matchups are kind of crappy. I'm kind of like yawning. I don't care about any of their matchups in this first season of the IPL. I know it'll get better. I know it will in the future, and that's fine. But when I look at the lineups each night, I definitely want to watch the guys who are playing the NSL far more than I want to watch the guys who are playing in the IPL. And if you bought the HD ticket, it's pretty solid. If you have a good connection, an ASL stream is freaking hot. I mean, just the 1080p is badass. Unlike the IPL, which I don't think you can get. I don't think you can get 1080. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So I pop a piece of gum in my mouth. And I'm talking way longer than I need to, but these games are short, so I'm like, whatever. I want to chat with you guys. I haven't talked to you in so long. How you been? Like, I miss you guys. What's going on? Want to be my friend? Yeah, word. Okay, I'm done for this one. Keep climbing that ladder. Stop sending me one-sided games. I want to see some freaking action. I want to see some battles. I don't want to see you roll your opponent. I don't want to see your opponent roll you. I want to see fun. I want to see engagement. I want to see back and forth. You know, I don't even care if it's like, I'll probably regret saying this, you know, used to be that if there wasn't like a big fight in 10 minutes, then I don't want the replay. I'm going to change that. I'm going to say 15 minutes because a lot of people are doing a little more two-base stuff, the early aggression because of small maps, it's going away. And it's hard to get games where you have a lot of early interaction. So if there's not a ton of aggression in the beginning, fine. But as long as we see not just army trades and crap like that, but good, stuff happening in the game. I want to see good StarCraft games put on by players who are not pro, who are not freaking grandmasters. Or, I mean, if you are, by all means, please submit. I'd love to watch your games and cast them. Anyway, I'm done rambling. Somebody tell me to shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Lotus. Bye.